Hi, my name is Penny and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about how to lower your energy costs and save you money. I think the most important thing you can do is look at your thermostat. Oftentimes, turning it down just 3 to 5 degrees when you're not home can save you up to 10% of your energy costs, according to the U.S. Department of Energy. The other thing is you can turn it down when you're sleeping or when you're at work and there's nobody there to enjoy the nice warm house either. In Nebraska, the average cost for heating is about $1,700 a year. If I can save 10%, that's $170, which is fantastic this year since the price is up about 17%. Anywhere that we can save money, we're going to do it. At my house, we turn the thermostat down to 62 degrees at night when we're sleeping because we choose to utilize heating blankets. I hate getting into a cold bed and feeling the cold sheets against me because once I get chilled, it's really hard for me to warm back up. So what I do is before I jump in the shower in the evening, I'll turn on that heating blanket. I have it positioned between the sheets and the blanket on my bed. By the time I'm done with my shower and getting ready to go to bed, my bed is nice and toasty. I simply turn off my heating blanket then at that point. I've got a nice warm bed to snuggle into, but I don't wake up hot and sweaty. Doesn't bother anybody else, and I get to enjoy a nice warm bed when I go to bed. The other thing we do is we utilize our clothes. If you're cold, put some clothes on. Remember Grandma always had her sweater on? This is why. The floor is going to be the coldest place in your house, so invest in some nice thick warm socks. Wear your sweatpants. Put on that hoodie. When you're watching TV, there's nothing better than snuggling up in a blanket to keep warm. Utilize all of those old tricks that Grandma used. You will definitely save money. Another great way to save money is by putting plastic on your windows. A lot of people don't realize how fantastic that bubble wrap is. Bubble wrap kind of creates like this double insulation value. It allows the sun to come in, but there's two layers of plastic that stops those drafts from going out. It's usually cheaper than the plastic that you put on your windows, and you can attach it by simple double-sided tape. Super easy to do with a pair of scissors. Another fantastic thing you can do is pull out those winter curtains. Grandma always had those nice thick curtains that she put on in the winter and the nice spring ones that she brought out in the spring. This is why. Thick winter blanket or curtains will absorb the heat that comes in through the day and slowly release it as time goes on. It's thick enough to stop most drafts and keep your living room warmer. Now, they have what is called a draft excluder. And you can buy them at Menards for about $10. They simply screw onto the bottom of your door. You measure your door, whether it's 30, 28 inches, 30, 32, or 36 are the standard doors. You can also just cut it to size. It's super easy to do and attach with a screwdriver. But this little rubber piece at the bottom is going to stop that draft from coming through on the bottom of your floor and warm up your floors just a little bit. Now, if you really don't want to mess with that, maybe you're in a rental house. Another option is those simple slide-through ones. They're very simple to do. It's just a piece of cloth and two bubble tubes on each side. It slides underneath the door and kind of creates a draft protector, one on each side. They work fantastic as well, and they're available at Menards as well, and you don't need to screw them into place. If you still don't want to do that, the next option is pick up some sewing excluders. This one's a cute kitten one that stops the draft from underneath your door, but you can get holiday ones, you can get puppy ones. I saw a cute one with Elf on the Shelf with long legs. They are designed to stop the drafts at the bottom of the windows, the doors, the patio doors. In this case, it also doubles as like a door holder that'll like a door weight that holds your door open, so that you can keep that air going through maybe the laundry room, things like that. Super cute way to lower your costs and not very expensive. I think this one was about $23 on Amazon. And don't forget that the sun comes through your south facing windows. It's going to use that warm sun to warm up that living room. Take advantage of nature. Use that to your advantage. Absorb as much of that free energy as you possibly can and get some light into your house. One area that people often overlook are outlet covers. Outlets are notorious for being just this little gappy hole that the air blows through. I challenge you to go and put your hand in front of your outlet that is on an exterior wall, and you're going to feel this draft. Super easy way to fix. This little insulation kit, there's usually about 10 per package, and it's going to be like a pop out, kind of like your old paper dolls would be. You can get them where they're square, like the new fancy ones, or you could do the circle ones. They have it where any style that you can get of an outlet, you just pop out the piece that matches your outlet, and it all comes in one package. Super easy to do. You don't have to take them off in the spring, so just simply leave them on for the next winter. Make sure before it gets too cold that you go through and you add caulking to your windows and any open holes that are on the outside of your house. Examples might be your dryer vent, your stove or range hood vent that's on the outside, holes that your pipes come in or electrical cords come in. Make sure they're all sealed up nice and there's no opportunity for a draft to come through those holes. This gentleman is using spray foam on the inside of outlets. It does work. You just got to be a little bit more careful because foam expands, and if you get the wrong can you get for large hole, it's going to expand a lot, and then you're going to be trimming a lot. So just be careful when you do it, but you can also use this method as well. Now let's look at your furnace. It is important that once a year you have those furnace guy come out and maintain your furnace, make sure it's tip top, make sure the inside is clean and going to be as energy efficient as it can possibly be. It's going to last longer for you, it's going to work more efficiently for you. But also look at those filters. Make sure that you have saved a picture of the filter that your furnace uses so that when you're at Walmart or the hardware store, you know what size to pick up. You're going to want to swap them out at least once a month. I live on a dirt road, so they tend to get a lot more dustier, and we try and exchange them out a little bit more often. Now, some furnaces come with those really thick 6-inch fancy ones. You see the ones that are like, oh, anti-allergy and anti-this, and this is going to sterilize. You know what? Every repairman that's ever came to my house has said, simply get the cardboard ones. They don't do as great of a job. However, if you're spending $40 or $50 for that fancy filter, the chances of you swapping it out as often as you should is a lot less, knowing that you paid $30 for these littler cardboard ones and you can swap them out once a week if you wanted, you can afford it, you're more likely to do it. What works for your personality? For me, I'm a cheapskate. I'd rather throw away a $1 filter once a week than a $40 one once a month. All right, this is the damper inside of a fireplace. Make sure that if you have a fireplace in your home, that it's clean, it's been well maintained, it is safe to use, and then when you're not using it, close that damper up. Remember, air rises and it's going to rise right out your chimney, and you're just going to be leading all of your energy out the chimney like a puff of smoke. Certainly not worth it. That's your hard-earned money blowing out into the sky. The other thing is, remember how fireplaces have those glass fronts on them? There's a reason for that. You've closed the damper, you close the glass on the front. That's two more spots that warm air is not going to be able to escape out of, saving you some more energy, especially when you're not home and don't have a fire going in your fireplace. Now let's look at your water heater. Your water heater really should not be above 120 degrees because scalding can happen in seconds, and you don't want your baby or your grandbaby turning on the sink to wash his hands, and 30 seconds later, he's got severe burns on his hands. By turning it down to 120 degrees, you're going to prevent the worst of the scalding, but it's also going to save you money. Very rarely is 120 degrees not enough for a household. Play with it a little bit if it doesn't show the temperature, like this one only shows like low and medium and high. Play with it. Even check the temperature at your sink to see what it is when it comes out. Oftentimes, people don't realize that at the bottom of your water heater is what is a settlement from the water. The bottom third of your water heater could fill up with this nasty stuff, and it makes your water heater work harder. It's going to burn out faster, and today's water heaters just aren't made to last like the old ones were. So why take why take a risk by allowing this extra material in the bottom of your water heater that is going to have to work harder? It's super easy to get this out. You'll notice that on this one it has a little spigot, and on the next screen you can see that a simple garden hose will hook up to it. Screw it on, drain it. Drain it just a couple times a year, is usually plenty, but that way you've got all that sediment out and it's not wearing your water heater out. All right. Now, if your water heater is going to be kept in your house, and say, like some houses have closets where the temperature inside that water heater closet is the same as the hallway and the same as the rest of your apartment or your house, you don't need to do this. But if your water heater is like mine and it's in an unheated basement or an unheated garage, absolutely add an insulating blanket. It's going to make your water heater work less. It's going to help save that energy. It's going to help keep that water in the tank warmer without as much energy from your water heater. One thing you do want to check, make sure that you don't cover up the fuse or the flame or the control panel, because you want to have access to that in case you do need to get into it. And you also want to check your warranty. Make sure that that blanket is not going to void your warranty. For example, if you were to put this blanket on and your water heater is in your house, it could actually cause it to burn out faster because now you're overheating your water heater for no need whatsoever. All right. Another simple energy sucker is all those things that we have plugged in. There's no need to have all your TVs and stereos and chargers plugged in while you're not home, and certainly not when you're on vacation. Simply plug them all into a power strip and turn that power strip off. When you get home, turn it on, you've got everything back. But that little bit of energy that is being sucked out of those outlets can cost you, pennies a day that add up to hundreds per year. Save that money. You work hard for it. Dryers. Oh my goodness. It is so easy to lose energy in your dryer just by not maintaining it. This is a picture of a dryer vent that when you've taken off the little connector from the dryer vent on your house to the back of your dryer, that little tube is so filled with lint and gunk, just like that basket is in your dryer. Pull that off 3, 4 times a year. Run a brush through it, get that out of there. It's going to make your dryer run more efficiently, but it's also going to lower the fire risk of that dryer. You should never run your dryer when you're not home anyhow, but why would you want to risk your safety by having it filled with all this very flammable lint when there's no need? Simply cleaning it works fantastic and it's easy to do. The other thing you want to do is when you're outside caulking, add that caulk around those dryer vents and make sure you have a dryer vent that has flaps that close. If you've ever opened your dryer in the winter and you feel the inside and it's like ice cold, it's because cold air is coming through from the outside of your home into your dryer. Therefore, it's going to work harder to dry your clothes and that cold air is still getting into your house. Make sure those flaps are on there and can get closed. It'll also keep the rodents from getting into your house if they don't have an access through that. All right. How disgusting is this picture? This is a picture of the back of a refrigerator. It has these coils on there that are located either underneath or on the very back of your refrigerator, and it's designed to be the cooling agent of your refrigerator. It's kind of like the whole, mechanics are back there. And in this case, you see that this family probably owns a dog. There's lots of dog hair on there, there's lots of dirt on there, and simply pulling that refrigerator out, once a month and vacuuming that out will make your refrigerator work a lot less hard. It'll save energy costs, and again, it's going to not be a fire hazard. This is the bottom one. This one's going to make it a little bit more difficult because it's going to require two people to do. You're going to need to lift up the refrigerator on one side and have someone kind of reach underneath there and get all of that lint out from underneath of your refrigerator. When we moved into our house, we only had one dog at that time, and we cleaned our refrigerator coils for the first time. There was so much dog hair from the previous owners, and their house was clean. It wasn't like they were nasty housekeepers. It was just some area that they had overlooked, not on purpose, but certainly caused the refrigerator to work a lot harder than it needed to. The next one is a picture of what it'll look like when you're done. Look at how amazingly easy it was to clean and what a difference it makes. All right. This last week in Nebraska, we had temperatures below zero and wind chills that were horrible. We had a lot of businesses and homes, especially mobile homes, that had frozen pipes. Now, a lot of those could have been prevented by some simple advanced things that they could have done, such as insulating their water pipes. Go in your basement, insulate those pipes. It's as simple as buying these little, I call them like water tubes for the pool, but they come in packs of 4 or 8. They're not much more than like $10. They're slit on one side. You slide them over the pipe. A zip tie holds them in place. Your pipes don't have to work as hard to get warm water. It doesn't freeze as quickly. And in this case, this is a basement, so they're easily to reach. Just a step ladder and stick them on there. Simple, doesn't require any tools really, other than a pair of scissors. Here's another example of when they're coming into the water system. Just put an insulator on every single one of them. It's not going to hurt it. It's certainly going to help it, and it's going to lower those energy costs for you. Now, if you have pipes that run into a completely unheated area that is going to go below 32 degrees, you need to put pipe tape on them. It's very easy to do. It's not a lot of money. For less than $100, you can get the tape and wrap all those exposed pipes, particularly if you live in a trailer house and your pipe is going to come out of the ground. It's going to travel a distance before it goes into your trailer home. That distance is exposed to, in this case, this last week, -30-degree weather. We had so many frozen pipes, people that had no water over Christmas and Christmas Eve because the temperatures didn't get warm enough to thaw out, and you can't fix pipes when it's this cold. You have to wait till they warm up, and by then some of the pipes have burst and there's a lot of damage. So if you have exposed pipes, please, please, please wipe them or wrap them in this tape to keep that temperature up warm enough that they don't freeze. This is going to save you not necessarily in energy costs at the upfront, but thousands of dollars of repairs on the backside. Because what happens is the water in the pipe is going to freeze. Water expands when it freezes. These pipes are not flexible. They are not going to expand. And when they get to the point where they can't go any further, they're going to burst. When the water's frozen, you're not going to know that. You're not going to know that, behind that bathroom wall or behind your sink is a frozen pipe. You're going to discover it when you turn the water, or the water becomes thawed out and starts running. It's going to start running down your wall and into your floor. You're going to have to play search and find, or the plumber's going to play search and find. He's going to have to replace all of those pipes. He's also gonna, or you're gonna have to hire a contractor to come in and fix all the drywall and the faucets that maybe broke or the toilet that maybe froze. That's going to cost you thousands of dollars. Plus, it's going to cost you money in the hotel because you're not going to be able to live in your house when you have no water and no sewer system access. Okay? Prevention is huge. Put the tape on your pipes on anything that is exposed. All right. Now, let's say some of those pipes run into your garage. Unless your garage is heated, one way to have the temperature not go so low is by putting some insulation into the walls of your garage, but also the door of your garage. Spray some insulation on your roof of your garage or the inside of the ceiling. When you think about it, you're opening that door, you're letting all that cold air come in when you drive your vehicle into the garage, and then you open the garage door into the house, and that rush of cold air comes in. If you can keep that temperature just slightly higher in any way, shape, or form, you're going to save energy costs. The other thing is if you keep freezers or refrigerators in a garage, there's a thermostat in those freezers and refrigerators that don't always know how to monitor the temperature of the inside when the outside air is colder. You're making that refrigerator or freezer work harder, and it may not kick back on in the spring. It's going to lower the life of that refrigerator or freezer. So, insulating that garage just a little bit and trying to help those appliances out could save you money in the long run as well. All right. Another excellent place to save money is in your dishwasher. It takes only about 3 to 5 gallons of water to run your dishwasher. The best part about a dishwasher is it takes that water that's you just set at 120 in your water heater and boosts it up to 140 to 145, giving you a proper temperature to sanitize your dishes. Now, had you been hand washing, your hands generally aren't going to be able to handle that 140 degrees without burning yourself, so it's actually going to sanitize better than if you had used hand washing. The other thing is hand washing takes about 15 gallons of water every single time you wash dishes. So if you use your dishwasher instead of hand washing, you're going to save about 5,000 gallons of water a year. And that's not only just the water cost, but also the cost for heating that water in your water heater, thus prolonging the life of your water heater. It's a lot easier to replace a dishwasher than it is a water heater. So, use that dishwasher for, four, five, $600 for that dishwasher versus 1,000 for the water heater, and that one has to be replaced by a plumber. Dishwasher is a simply pull it out, hook up a pipe, plug it in, push it back, and you're done. I did my own. It's easy to do. I would not choose to do my own water heater. But you're only going to save money on the dishwasher if you only run it when it's full. Now, a lot of people are worried that a lot of their dishes are not going to come clean when you use a dishwasher, so they spend a lot of water and energy rinsing all those dishes. Well, they might as well have hand washed them because, you see in this case, it's a pretty darn clean plate that they're putting in that dishwasher. Dishwashers are designed to handle dirty dishes. You just scrape off the big stuff, put them in there. If it's going to be something like eggs, something that's really going to stick on, all right, soak it in the sink for, a little bit and then stick it in the dishwasher to help it out. But 90% of the time, it's going to handle everything that you put in there. And those that don't, then wash them if you need to. I don't have that problem here, and I have kids that never scrape their dishes. Showers. Another fantastic way to save money. I love a good bath, but bathtubs can either be, 40, 60, 80 gallons or bigger if you have those large jetted tubs. And if you have those large tubs, you need a water heater that can handle it. So if you have a 80-gallon jetted tub and your water heater is only 50, you're not going to be able to fill up that tub on one water tank. You're going to take time to refill it or let the water heat up unless you have an on-demand water heater at the tub. The other thing is to take a shower runs about 3 gallons of water per minute out of the shower head. Average shower is about 8 minutes. So you're talking 15 to 20 gallons per shower versus 80 gallons for a bath. over the course of the year, you're talking, 6 to 7 gallons of water per person in your house. That adds up. And the way that the waters usually bill is, if you have 6,000 gallons of water coming out, you have 6,000 gallons of water going down your sewer, double bill. You're getting charged on both ends. So turn on the energy saving water shower head, take showers, and limit the time that you take the shower. The last thing I have for possible saving of money is turning off water in between brushing your teeth. You've got the kids in there, let them wet their toothbrushes, put the little toothpaste on there. While they're scrubbing their teeth for the 2 minutes that they should be, don't let the water run down the drain. There's no reason to waste all that money down the drain. You work hard for your money, find ways to save it. Anytime you can save money here, it's kind of like paying yourself. So every dollar you save, you've made money. Please let me know what you think in the comments below, or if you have tips that you do or anything that works for you. I'm going to continue making some budgeting videos to help you guys survive these high costs that are happening. Thanks for watching, and you have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye.